In this video, we'll talk about physical controls. Physical controls is right up there alongside user awareness and training as being simple, common sense security solutions that are often overlooked. We need to think about risk countermeasures as related to physical controls so that we can protect sensitive data, IT systems, of course, physical property, as well as intellectual property. Threat scenarios as related to physical security controls include malicious users booting from alternative media. What we could do to countermeasure that is to set a BIOS password. Then there's the threat of the retrieval of sensitive data from USB thumb drives or mobile devices, both of which are easy to lose or to have stolen. So, one way to counteract that threat is to encrypt data at rest on these types of devices, and also in the case of mobile devices, to enable remote wipe. There's also the threat of network traffic being captured and analyzed. Well, other than the obvious of encrypting network transmissions, physically, we might want to control access to the network. We might do that using network access control or NAC with centralized radius authentication. But at the physical level, if you think about, let's say, a reception area in an office, any network wall jacks should probably be disabled. We don't want someone coming in with a laptop and plugging into a wall jack behind a plant and gaining access to the network. The same, of course, applies to wireless networks. Then there are physical controls related to physical buildings and facilities, or even floors within buildings. Things like fencing to keep people out, proper lighting, security guards, security cameras, the use of ID badges for personnel identification, especially after hours and even during work hours, man traps, which require that an outer door be closed before a second inner door allows access to a facility. So there are various security systems, such as alarm and sensor systems, that can be used to physically protect buildings, facilities, and even floors within buildings. We should also consider the fact that in the event of a catastrophe, our data needs to be available elsewhere. So we might have data replication to alternative locations, or we might have backup tapes stored off-site. We should be using door locks to protect sensitive areas of a facility. Certainly that would include server rooms, and even within a larger data center, the front and back of server room racks should be locked. In the case of end user laptops, we could also use lockdown cables so that when a user is working within a certain location, such as at a customer site, she could use the lockdown cable to secure the laptop around the leg of a piece of heavy furniture to prevent its theft. There can also be controlled access to floors and rooms. We've probably all encountered this going into work after hours with a pass card that allows us access to only certain floors in a building or only certain rooms within a facility. In the case of power outages, there should also be backup generators so that we can still use our electronic security systems. In this video, we discussed physical controls.